All right, guys, here we are. Here's our John from Fino Boxing. I don't know. What did you guys think? Talk to us. I don't know. That was a good fight. What did you think?
All I know that was such a good fight. I want to fight again. I was looking forward, like everybody, to have a winner, and then that winner fight, Anthony Joshua. But damn, this is good.
That was a good fight. It was such a good fight. It was competitive. They hurt each other. Obviously, the knockdowns.
Two knockdowns. The second one, I'm surprised that he got up.
I thought it was
how did
over.
he get up?
Yeah, everyone thought it was over. I had English fans around me, and they were like, they were about to walk away. But no, that was incredible. And Tyson was close to knocking him down as well. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was a good fight.
Yeah. I mean, before the knockdown, before the first one, I think I thought that Tyson Fury was doing a really good job just making Wilder miss like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
he was. Yeah.
It was really good, and
His
then
head movement was really good.
But I mean, you know that Wilder just has that power, and it was just about.
Do you have a headset I can use that plugs into your laptop?
Headphones? Yeah.
Yeah, can I use them?
Here, go ahead. It's on you.
Technical difficulty.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, that was it was very competitive. Man, I don't know. I definitely want to see it again. But that's the best part about it. So I was telling everyone, at least we all get to see this again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. And you know what? I thought also if let's say Wilder would have won and he didn't want to face Anthony Joshua right away. Ruth Ortiz.
Yeah, that was nice. Oh, we got George Ortiz. Here we go.
All right.
Economist was cleaning the building, so.
I'm trying to creep out. Okay. Fire away.
Joe, how would you rate that performance back? That's a great statement to make in a way, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I got him out early. I was hoping he was going to get back up, but I hit him with a good hook and he stayed down. It's a very good opponent. He has a great record, and it's really great to be on such a big event and to take him out early with a good performance like that.
With that belt, what do you want to do next?
I spoke to Luis Ortiz, so perhaps on the Fury Wilder rematch, we can make it happen for that. But I'm ready for whoever. So maybe like one or two fights before that, or maybe for the rematch.
Joe, do you fancy a big domestic fight?
Yeah, I'd love the Huey Fury fight for the British title. I'd love to win that belt.
Is that important to you to win the British title before stepping up?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful belt, and I'd love to win it for obviously for.
I think he's already proved his worth there. Andy Ruiz, it took him a while. Joe's made light work of a pretty decent fighter there. So I think he's proved he's beyond domestic level, in my opinion.
So what level then? If you're beyond domestic, Joe, what level then? Do you think a world title shot is that what you're after next? Or what step up?
I'm ready to challenge the best. Maybe one or two, and I'll be challenging for the world title. So I saw both Fury and Wilder's performance tonight, and I believe I can mix it at that level.
Question.
Joe, what did you think about the main? What did you think of the main event and the decision and all that?
I thought it was an amazing fight, and you know, such a big event. You know, it's electric. It's amazing to watch. Like, it's a very you know, it's a close fight, and I saw like the Showtime scores on, you know, saying that like Wilder had won like 2 of the early rounds, and then his majority is mostly Fury, and then obviously the 2 knockdowns. That's like 10-8 rounds. So Wilder obviously won those rounds, but I thought he did enough to take it.
Joe, to your right. I just wanted to ask you, like, can you comment on the heart that it took Tyson Fury to get up? Like, as a fighter, when you see a guy go down as hard as he did, especially in that 12th round, to get up, what it takes for a guy to get himself up and finish. I think there was 2 minutes left in that fight.
Yeah, he got hit with some missile, some grenade, and you know, just laid there and you know, regathered himself, and you know, got back to his senses and managed to, you know, drag himself up from the floor, and yeah, and he, you know, hung in there, got through the round, and you know, managed to clear his senses and get back onto the job. So, you know, showed tremendous heart and toughness to do that. And obviously boxing experience.
Joe, when do you fancy an opponent that's going to give you a war in the ring?
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah,
I'd like maybe Baby Miller. That would be a good tear-up, or Karnaki or something. That'd be you know, that'd be good, especially viewing as well. Be good to get him, you know, get through the rounds and you know, keep it going. Yeah, because yeah, I feel I've got like a lot more to give and a lot more to show the fans, and
Joe Hanks wasn't a mug either. Joe Hanks is not a mug. Definitely not. He's had a good career. He's only lost twice, and Joe's effectively punched his dreadlocks off only in 1 round. So he's ready. He's ready for all the big challenges, and that's what he's in boxing for. That's why he lives in a cabin in Big Bear and puts all that hard work. He's ready for all of it. But Luis Ortiz verbally agreed. I shook hands with him and said he's ready to fight him. So let's see if he's a man of his word.
yeah, if it makes sense, then yeah, let's do it.
Does that fight have to happen in America, Joe, for you, Ortiz?
I'm flexible. I can box both here in the United States and also in the UK. So wherever.
Joe, if you're interested in fighting Luis Ortiz pretty soon, what did you think about his performance tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was good. Obviously, he's Cuban, southpaw. He's very, you know, schooled in the art of boxing, and Travis Hoffman was, you know, really tough to keep getting up, and he's still fighting. He's still in the fight, and I don't know. I was watching it thinking, oh, I think I'd have finished him off a lot sooner, and I also think that I can hang with Ortiz and beat him. So it'd be a good fight.
Can we talk about, since you made your pro debut not too long, or your stage debut, excuse me, you just fought on a big stage for everyone to see. What was going through your mind when you won?
Well, what was going through my mind is, you know, the whole event. So I just want my name to be, you know, me versus someone else in, you know, big lights, and to have like the, you know, the whole crowd on me, and you know, the arena filled out to the max, you know, shouting my name, and you know, fighting you know, having a challenging fight, but overcoming that fight and winning and being victorious. That, like, you really can't sleep when you get back to your bed at night, because you're so buzzing, and you know, I want to get that feeling again.
Compare fighting in America, the atmosphere. Thank you. Compare fighting in America in terms of the atmosphere versus fighting in the UK? Compare like how you feel.
Well, it's different. Like in the UK, the fans, you know, they sing songs and they chant, and there's a lot more atmosphere. I think today's show was like really great. They had the music loud when for the entrance music and in between the rounds, and it was a really well done show, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I can't wait for the next one.
Is there anything that took you back in terms of preparing for this big stage? It's a Showtime pay-per-view, and compared to, you only have 6 professional fights. Obviously, you have a great amateur pedigree, but can you talk to like what made you go, wow, this is really going to happen?
This event?
Yeah, this event and all, yeah. And totality.
I think, just mix it, like, just, being here, and, one of the first pay-per-view bouts of the show, so it's, only a matter of time before I'm, bigger fights, and, there's a lot more interest. I'm building my name here in the States. I think, a lot of people know me back home, but a lot more people get to know me here, so, I'm happy for that, and, I just want to keep on training hard and getting in the right fights, and giving the fans what they want to see, exciting fights. They call me Mexican Joe, or the Juggernaut, and what comes with those names is exciting fights. So that's what I love about boxing. I love the training, and I love fighting. And
he's never going to be in a boring fight, is he? His style. He's never going to make you bored. Ever.
He's never going to get out of the first round.
Well,
he's been winning.
I don't know
depends how tough and skilled
that was
they
a
are.
compliment. He's knocking everybody out.
But it's entertainment, isn't it? I think he entertained people for however long he was in the ring earlier, and that's what he's come here to do.
I think he's ready for like a Luis Ortiz.
We said this last time. You didn't believe me. You looked like me. I was crazy, didn't you? And I tell you, he's ready for it. Luis Ortiz looked. He's a skilled boxer. He really is. Like, you can't overlook someone like him. He's an incredible fighter. But I think, how old is he? 40 years old? 41? No, I'm asking, how old is he? He's a lot older than I think he's a lot. Listen to me.
They're both pretty old.
Joe brings the heat for that pace that he set in the first round. I promise you, he can maintain that pace, and he's got another gear in him. I think Luis Ortiz's old legs would need some WD-40 on them for that fight. I'm telling you, it's factual. He would put him out. I'm telling you that.
What round? You say this?
I'm not saying what round. I'm just saying he would punch his face in. I really do believe that.
I asked Richard Schaefer. He says he would love to have it next. Then I asked Abel. He said he would like it in a couple more fights. So
Abel, oh yeah, okay. If Abel said that, then let's talk about Manuel Char. Let's talk about Manuel Char as well. Manuel Char is a real possibility as well. So whether we have to go to Germany or we bring him over to the UK or it's in America, it doesn't matter. The result will be the same.
Hey, Abel, right here in the front. If I could just get your comments on what did you think about his performance tonight and this whole fighting Luis Ortiz pretty soon?
No, it's not silly. His performance, these are the kind of fights for the coaches that are learning fights. These are the fights that prepare us for the winner of tonight, or who should have won tonight in the main event. He fought well. He did exactly what we worked on. He did exactly. The left hook is a left hook that I've been working on with him because it was different than he used to throw before. But we fought a tough guy. We fought a guy with only 2 losses. We fought a guy that went 10 rounds with Derek Rossi. Derek Rossi at the time when they fought was one of the spoilers in the division. And yet he made this guy look like he was nothing in there. I think we have a couple fights before we challenge somebody like Ortiz. But when we do challenge him, he'll knock him out. Ortiz doesn't have the talent to stay in the job.
Joe actually talked about training with Abel Sanchez up in Big Bear. As we saw, Golovkin was here, so he was obviously supporting a stablemate at the time. But just talk to us about that atmosphere and the other fighters that have trained up there. We saw Fury was there for a couple of weeks for this fight, and you know, there's Triple G, Gassiev, and so many other champions up there as well.
Yes, it's like Abel's got the formula. He's got you know, the formula for making champions, and you know, we're all like you know, high level. Got great sparring there, and you know, we all train hard, and you know, it's good to be in a, you know, like a busy gym with you know, great champion, you know, up and coming champions and current champions like you know, Golovkin. He loves oh, I got a present for you, Joe, and he comes and brings some weights and shows me some other exercise. So, and you know, we're running every morning, and I think the altitude and you know, the fresh air in Big Bear and the solitude and the camaraderie is all things that, you know, help building champions.
Abel, your assessment of Joe when he's training and when he's sparring and just on the mitts with you, your assessment of him?
He fits the mold that we're trying to do up there in Big Bear. Gennady being in the gym at the beginning when he first got there, it kind of showed Joe the kind of work ethic that a champion on his level has. And Joe took to it. He trains hard, he works hard, he's got a smile on his face when he's there. That's so important. It's so important to be in a good mood.
One final question for me. You think all that training is really worth it when it's only just one round?
Yes. Of course. That's why it was one round. That's exactly why it was.
Joe, there's a point in the fight where you had him hurt and you kind of let him off the hook for a second. Like, the referee didn't get it in the middle. Was that just a mental lapse, or?
No, I was a bit confused. I thought he was getting a count. I was like, I don't know, but maybe it was good. I gave him a bit of time to recover, and then I could like set up something else.
I mean, the knockout came very quickly after that. But was that something that you'd give him the help for if he made it back to the end of the round, Abel?
No, actually, I showed him some several weeks ago. We were watching some George Foreman tapes. And you remember when George Foreman used to hurt somebody, like back off of him later in his career. The Jerry Cooney fight that comes to mind. And I thought to myself in the corner, I said, shit, he must have been watching George Foreman let the guy he wants to go punish him some more after he recovers. I thought that's what it was, really.
Joe, before the fight, did you go to Tyson Fury's dressing room? Did you guys have any words, advice to each other, or?
We were just on the way there, but we came to.
No, before the fight.
Oh yeah, before the fight. Yeah. We
Obviously
went over and shook his hand, and you know, said hello to them guys there, and you know, wish them good luck. And, yeah.
How about you? Did he give you any words of advice?
Just told me well done. And
You got there just as the guy hit the canvas.
You've sparred Tyson Fury, and when Deontay Wilder landed that right hand, in my humble opinion, I thought the fight was over.
Everybody did.
Okay, so I'm leading into that, Joe Joyce. Did you think the fight was over based off of your rounds that you sparred with Tyson Fury and what he can and cannot take?
I thought it's very hard. I thought, I was just, you know, hoping because you know, I know him. I spent time with him in the ring. I wanted him to win, so I was just, you know, I was hoping he got through that and you know, managed to hang on and avoid some further punishment, further punches, and managed to grab hold of him and get through the round and you know, get his brains unscrambled for the next round. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a next round. It was a 12th round. That's why it was just it was amazing to me.
He deserves a lot of respect, doesn't he? Because he's like the Undertaker coming off the floor, wasn't he?
You're a great PR man. I was telling Abel, Michael Moore didn't get up from that shot against George Foreman, and Tyson Fury did. George Foreman was amazing. Michael Moore was trying to get up, but his body went up. You saw his eyes, but his body was up.
Tyson had 3 years out the ring. That was him at 60%. I really do believe it. I think 100%. I think Tyson wins. I thought he won tonight personally. I might be biased, but I believe he won a good fight. But the draw is going to be a great rematch.
Draw is fair.
Also, he's a born and bred, you know, traveller fighting man. So you know, that's how we managed to get off on that.
Speaking of the traveller, he's coming next. So thank you, Joe Joyce.
So guys, everyone subscribe to the channel watching. Always bringing you guys live content, post-fight, weigh-ins, all that stuff, so check it out. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Oh, here we go. There's a man.
Well done, bud.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt. Go on, Sam.
Sorry, guys.
All right, Michelle.
Yes.
Who's going to start? Frankie, you ready?
Thanks for your right. Congratulations on the great performance. First of all, how did you get off the canvas there in the 12th round? I mean, that was a really violent knockdown. I thought for sure you were out. Can you talk us through that?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody to turn up for the press conference, and I hope everybody enjoyed the fight as much as I did. How did I get up from the knockdowns? I don't know. I had a holy hand upon me tonight and brought me back. And I got a good fighting spirit, and I never say die. I get back up, and even in the 12th round when I got knocked down heavy, I got back up and probably won the round. Fought back and wobbled in a little bit as well. So, listen, I'm not going to take anything from Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, the unbeaten WBC champion of the world. Great fighter, great venue, great team around him. Listen, we can only do our best in that ring. And no matter what anybody says or what anybody don't say, Deontay Wilder is a hell of a champion. He showed great heart tonight, and not the easiest man in the world to hit, as you can see, but he persevered and kept coming all night. Just want to say thank you to Deontay Wilder and his team. Thank you to America, Showtime, BT Sport, Frank Warren. It was a great fight, and it was a pleasure. But listen, it was what it was. I enjoyed every second of it. I'm not going to sit here and complain all night, scream robbery, this, that, and the other. I thought I won the fight.
Do you think in a second fight, given now you had a big fight at the high level like this, that you would perform at an even higher level than you did tonight?
You never can tell, but one thing I do know is there wasn't many people who thought I could come here and box like that after the 2.5 years out the ring, and it's not been any secret what I've been doing out the ring. I've been living like a rock star. But that ain't a great thing, by the way, because I've had a very low time doing it. I fought back from suicide and mental health and depression and anxiety, and I wanted more than anything tonight to show the world that it can be done. Anything is possible with the right mindset. If you believe in yourself, you sacrifice and dedicate with the right help, you can come back. Because when I sit here and say, I was on the brink of suicide, I mean suicide, and I came back with the help of Ben Davison and a great team around me, we were able to achieve what we achieved tonight.
Can you take us through the 10 seconds of that last knockdown? We saw you get up, like it was amazing what you did in those final 2 seconds, but for those first 5 seconds, you looked completely out. Can you take us through those 10 seconds? Did you go from completely knocked out to waking up? What happened? Did Jesus Christ come down and wake you up? What happened?
I think so, yeah. I think I had the holy hands upon me tonight, and I was brought back, rose me to my feet on the brink of defeat, and the lyrics are stole from a tune. But I can't tell you because I don't know. I don't know what happened. I got back up, I was slipping and sliding, obviously couldn't land on me, and I counted him, bang, with a good couple of shots back. I probably we should have, that round should have been probably a draw in the last round, but listen, it was what it was. It was a great fight. I ain't going to complain and call Wilder a million names because he's a great champion. And that's what champions do. Listen, I'm the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. I ain't just going to lay down because I got punched in the face and knocked down. We get back up and fight. I'm not the lineal champion for nothing. And this is the first time, every time a lineal heavyweight champion has come back from years out the ring, he's been destroyed. So I set a precedent tonight. I think I'm the first one to come back and do well. But it was a great experience. I just want to say BT Sport and Showtime and everybody who was involved in this fight did a fantastic job promoting it, and everybody who turned up. It was a great night, a great experience in my journey in life. Thank you to everyone who turned up. God bless you.
Hey, good Tyson. Congratulations to you on your effort and your performance tonight. But what I hear from you, it sounds like you're happy with the draw. Is that accurate?
Where's the question coming from?
Right here. It sounds like you're happy with the draw. Is that accurate?
I'll answer that one. I think that everybody should be thankful to Tyson for being so professional under his conduct when we all know sitting in this room who won that fight, but he also could have caused a riot if he kicked off about that scorecard.
Do you know what it was? I was telling my brothers and my family to keep quiet. There was about 8,000 travellers and Brits come from around the world, 10,000. They probably would have smashed this arena up if I'd have instigated it. I mean to the floor.
So really, he's owed a thank you for keeping that, being professional and doing it under that conduct.
I just wanted to be an ambassador for my country and my people.
First of all, I want to commend you for overcoming that mental struggle that brought you to this play tonight.
Yeah.
It's not easy for any human being when they have struggle within inside of their soul. For you to accomplish what you did tonight, my hat goes off to you. Now, with that said, do you think you have your focus now?
Most definitely. You know, I show a good focus all year. If you look back at a year ago today, I was about 400 pounds. I was in terrible shape. I was so terrible. No secret what I've been through. But it's proof that anyone can come back from anything. With the right mindset and the right help, anyone can do it. It ain't just me. I ain't a special human being. I'm just a normal man. But with the right help and the right guidance, anyone can turn a life around. And like I say, I wasn't fighting for myself. And when I was down, I wasn't just down on that campus in round 12 for me and my family. I was representing everybody who suffers around the world. I had to get up. I couldn't stay down. I had to get up and show that you can continue and you can carry on and anything is possible.
That's it right here. Since the draw happened and everything happened here in LA, would you be up for going for the rematch in Vegas to get that under your belt?
Do you know what? I'm happy for the fight. I trained really hard. We didn't get the decision we wanted, but it's life and life continues on. You know, I'm not going to cry like a baby over spilt milk. It was what it was. But I'm going to go home, enjoy the Christmas, enjoy my family, and sit down in January with Frank and my team and recalculate. We don't know what we're going to do next, but I hope it was a good fight. I'm going to sit down and watch it and recalculate and see what happened, where we went wrong, what we did right. And we're going to sit down and see what our next move is.
And after you and Deontay had your moment after the bell rung and everything, you made it a point to call out Anthony Joshua. Why was that a point in that moment to let everybody know and put him on blast?
No, it's no secret that Joshua did not want this fight. And he didn't want it for a reason, because Deontay Wilder is the most fiercest puncher in boxing history, in heavyweight division history. And I saw that tonight, I felt it. No wonder AJ didn't want no part of that right hand. He can't move like me, he'd have been nailed. But listen, I stood up for my country, I stood up for my people, my pride, my family name, and I represented the United Kingdom and Ireland tonight. And I've done it well, I'm proud, and I just want to say that I am a true-bred fighting man. Wilder came over to the UK and showed it up. He called out Joshua. He got offered a lot of money. Money that could change countries probably, make broke countries rich. He turned it down. And I come in here, I said to Deontay, I said, I'm sorry for what's happened here. Deontay's got the text, I'm sure he'll tell you the same. I said, I'm sorry what's happened here. I said, but you offered me the fight. I said, I will not turn it down, I promise you. I said, I am the fighting man and I'll step up and represent my country. And tonight I did that. And I just want to say that it was a great opportunity. Deontay Wilder's a good man, good fighting man. And I respect him. You saw that after the bell. The build-up was the build-up. We had a great build-up. I don't remember a better build-up than that for any fight. Two heavyweights, I had a great dance partner. And I just want to say, Deontay Wilder, he can definitely fight. He's definitely a showman. He definitely can wait. He can't move. So he would never got out of the way of Wilder. Wilder's got lightning fists and he's dynamite in his hands. Great fighter. Respect him all.
Frank, quick question for you and Tyson. Frank, number one, what are the parameters of the rematch clause now that we have the draw and Tyson? Is it clear you want the rematch next?
Well, at the end of the day, if that's going to be down to Tyson, but from my perspective, I'd love the rematch. I'd like to see it in the UK, fill a football stadium up, we'd fill up Wembley, Arsenal, any of those big stadiums.
Can we not have a holiday?
Old Trafford. Come on, Frank.
It's all about where we get done. We go to the Arsenal.
But Frank,
no, we want the fight. Listen, do we want the fight? You know, it would have been a good, whatever the result was. Sorry, whatever. Sorry. Whatever the result was, I thought Tyson won it, and I thought he won it well. Whatever the result of the fight was, it was a fight that you want to see again, irrespective of if we get the draw, whoever won the fight. It's one of those fights that you want to see it again, and we want to do it again. But we want it in the UK. That's where it should be the next one. He came here. He's travelled to Germany, to the other guy's backyard, and Klitschko. He's come here. Now let's let him have some home turf. Because home turf, he'd have won that fight.
So Tyson, is there any other fight that you want besides Deontay Wilder again next, the immediate future?
You know what, like I said, I'm just going to enjoy this moment because the last big fight I had, I didn't enjoy the moment. I was depressed right away afterwards, but now I'm feeling fine and I'm just going to enjoy the moment. It was a good fight, I put in hard work in the training camp. I'm going to go home, enjoy my family. I've got to give Davison here some time off. I've had him away from his family and girlfriend for like 14 months, solid. He deserves a break, don't you, old Davison?
Oh, need it back.
Get there, my boy! Listen, I just want to say as well, big shout out old Baldy at the back there, glasses on. Get up there, old Baldy! Big shout out Ludi Bella. Great guy. Thank you for the respect all the way through training camps and good man, I like you. You're a good fella.
Tyson, right here, straight in front of you. Right here.
I got you.
I heard what you're saying about you feel like you got up and did it for everybody that has been in your position and now. But even though you got the draw and you still have the title, do you feel like a winner even though it's a draw on the record?
100%. There's no losers here tonight. Look, when I was speaking about this fight in the build-up, I said regardless of who wins or loses, the decision of that fight, the real winners tonight were the fans. Me and Deontay had a lot to lose. 10 years each as a professional. We both turned pro in 2008. We both had 10 years unbeaten as professionals. We both had zeros to lose. We both had pride and respect in everything, belts, everything. But it was what it was. The fans were the winners tonight, the real winners. But no one lost the zeros. I felt like I should have won the fight, but I ain't going to complain. I'm not going to call Deontay Wilder. I'm not going to run him down. He's a great fighting man and I respect him. And God bless him as well.
And one other thing, Tyson, what does it say about you as your fighting spirit, your will, that he had knocked out everybody he ever faced?
Yeah.
Stavern in the rematch, but not you.
No, listen, I said in the build-up to this fight, Deontay Wilder, make no mistake, is probably the biggest puncher in heavyweight history. I don't know anybody who knocked out 39 or 40 opponents, then rematched the one who went the distance with and knocked him out. He's a fearsome puncher for sure, very much so. But I've got a fighting spirit, a fighting heart, and God is with me. So if God is with you, who can be against you?
Tyson, over here.
Russell!
Congratulations on a great performance.
Cheers, mate.
How much satisfaction does it give you that so many people were saying he's come back far too early, he's lost too much weight too quickly, he needed more tune-up fights, and you've had a nice little tune-up fight now, maybe to prepare for him the next time. Does it make it easier for the next time?
We're going to have a holiday, mate. Come on, Russell. Listen, I'll speak the truth. I had 2 fights in, I don't know how many years has it been? I've had about 3 fights in 5 years. Been the most inactive man on the planet, but like I said, everyone said coming into this fight, he's fought nobody. Wilder knocked him out in the round. He only fought Sefer and Francesco Pianetta. Who's he fought on Wilder's level to prepare him? But like I said, who did I fight on Klitschko's level to prepare me for that one? I rise to the occasion. Something deep down inside me makes me the man I am. Like I said, make no mistake, I'm not sitting here and I'm not happy with the draw, but I'm a realist. I thought I won the fight. I thought most people thought I won the fight, but I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. It's in the past now. It was history. Both men got out the ring healthy and we both got back to our families. That's the most important thing. You know, this side were both massive behemoths of men. Anything can happen in there. And I'm very thankful that we both got out of the ring in one piece. Both got all our faculties. I should have won the fight, but I'm not going to complain. It was what it was. I come away on away soil, but what disappoints me was the British judge on what fight he was watching. I think the British Boxing Board of Control need to have a word with him. But it was what it was. I'm not going to complain. Many men probably wouldn't have got up from that knockdown, but I did, and that's what it is. It is what it is. I'm disappointed, Gareth, but I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. It is what it is. My friend Dave Ray would say this: many worse things have happened at sea. So life continues. It is what it is. Oh yeah, life goes on, even after the draw is done. Where's Tim? Where's Tim?
Yeah.
A long, long time ago,
I can still remember
how that music used to make me smile.
I knew if I had my chance,
I could make those people dance. Sing along if you know the words. For a while. Come on. February made me shiver. With every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep.
I couldn't take
One more step. Come on, guys, join in. If I cried when I heard about his widow bride. Come on. It touched me deep inside. Come on. It touched me deep inside. The day. Sing on. The music died. This will be the day that I die. Come on. This will be the day that I die. Thank you. It's done. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. I love you all. Tip the waitresses on the way out, guys. Thank you.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, yes.
Ben, keep attention. What's the show?
Right, where's me team? Where's all me boys?
You're in America. It has to be a Queen song.
Only in America.
That is an American song. Yeah, American Pie.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
And in fact, the favorite song of the Brits is also an American song. It's Caroline. Is it an American song? Yeah, that's fine.
You know that was yeah, that would be just straight out here. Okay.
Tyson, you got your own way.
Guys, Ben's still in check, getting his game. Ben's getting his game.
Tyson, tell us about some of the conversations you were having with Wilder in there after some of the shots you landed, some of the shots he landed.
I just told him that he got a good fight and I was happy with everything.
Congratulations, Sam. Congratulations, Joe.
Good.
out like that, you have to play hard. He was in great shape. I mean, he can get even better shape. We only have 4 weeks to get. He's a big year for we give him about so long, and then we give him 4 weeks to get. And he's doing really well. I didn't really know what to expect, but coming to do it, he's a really nice guy, and I don't know he's a fun guy to deal with.
There was an older media member sitting next to me, and he said he looks like the white Ali in terms of his weight and stature. Can you compare his nimbleness and his ability to box? Obviously, I'm much younger than see Ali and I, but could you
But
compare?
I know he has great footwork and he's very smooth and pretty with great legs. I mean, when he boxed in my gym 12 rounds, 3 times, I said, this guy is in great shape. I mean, he is. He doesn't look like he's ripped yet. He came from over 350 pounds, you know, so, I mean, he was really well for himself. I think he's got himself, he was well tonight, and they had a really nice guys, and why not?
You work with great heavyweights in the past, even Mike Tyson. Where do you compare Tyson Fury to the, just the greats in the heavyweight history?
You know, it's just he has so much heart. He really was one of the biggest punches out there, and it didn't look like Wilder was going to catch him at all.
Deontay's on his way, everybody, so thanks for your patience.
He finally got aggressive, and he knew that he needed that, and he did what he had to do, and that was very impressive also.
Do you think a rematch would be different?
I think a rematch will definitely be different. I mean, the thing is, we would prepare him, have more time, and this is like a really, really good. Let's face it, the first 2 tune-up fights were worth nothing. I mean, he could have fought you. I hope you're not that good.
Freddie.
We'll be much better prepared, yes.
Freddie, could you just give a quick comment on the scorecards?
Well,
hey everybody, Deontay's on his way in, so we'll get started any second.
115, 111 or whatever it was. It was just
Yeah, it was very wide to Deontay. That's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, yes. But, again, like we don't want to cry about this or anything like this. We just want to go into the future and win a rematch or get a better opponent. I mean, the thing is, that's our only option. I mean, we're not going to just take just an ordinary fight.
How did you have it going into the
I had winning
He's, comeback fighter of the year. He's comeback person. I mean, when you look at what he's gone through and where he was tonight, the effort he put forth. People were saying Tyson Fury's only had a couple of fights. He hasn't had enough fights. He's not ready. He was in the best physical condition I've ever seen him in. He was in the best mental condition he probably has ever been in. How many guys come back from that knockout in the last round? I mean, dude, his eyes rolled in his head. He came up, he literally popped up like the fucking Undertaker.
Lou, have you ever seen a guy get up after being knocked down that hard?
Thank you, brother.
Once. And I got to think about what fight it was. But it was a similar situation. It was like popping up like the Undertaker. I mean, that was really like almost like a WWE moment. Yeah. It actually was. Actually, I just got reminded of the fight I've seen. It was Holmes and Chambers.
Larry, do you feel like Lou, do you feel like Deontay has to go over there given the first fight was here? A lot of people thought that Fury won the fight and that the judging,
No one's going to foreclose anybody. No one's going to decide anything right now. I think, Kevin, it's going to have to do with probably where these two men can make the most money.
That'd be nice. And lastly, just, what does this do in your opinion for the division? Like you look at the
this energizes the division hugely. I mean, the top of this division is super high quality for the first time in a long, long time. There's an American heavyweight champion that people are going to be proud of. There's two guys over in Great Britain that are great champions. I personally, I'm not denigrating anybody, but I think both guys tonight could easily, not easily, but both guys tonight very possibly would beat the third guy. I think that it was a great night for the heavyweight division. You know, the old saying, so goes the heavyweight division, so goes boxing. Tonight was a great night for boxing. The heavyweights are back on the picture, and we have a great American heavyweight champion. Fury came over here, and man, a 6'9" guy that can box like that, come on, that's unbelievable. I mean, that guy is a master boxer. And the knockdown that he popped up from in the 12th round, very few men in the history of boxing can pop up in the heavyweight division, being knocked down that hard. I mean, he was. I was running toward the ring. Shelley Finkel was on the stairs. I mean, Tyson's eyes rolled in his head, but he literally popped up like the Undertaker, and I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, holy shit!" But, you know, I was shocked.
Hey, look. Tyson, camera review for the LA News Observer. Tyson was in here moments ago, and he seemed to take this as a moral victory. How are you guys taking this on Wilder's side?
You know, when two guys go out there and they lay it all out there and they put it all on the line and they both leave healthy and the fans are happy, what's there to be upset about, man? Like, you know, really, like, could you have had it a round or two for Fury? Do I understand why particularly the travelers that came here, the gypsies that support Tyson are upset? Do I understand? Sure. Do I understand why there are people on Deontay's side that sat there and said we knocked him down twice, we should have won? Okay. You know what? Doesn't matter. It was a great fight. The decision was fair, even though it might have been controversial in a sense. There are people that thought it could have gone either way. Boxing won. The fans won. The future of boxing is brighter because the heavyweight division right now is so vibrant.
Look right here. You said that the rematch would be where they can make the most money. Why it seems like there's a reluctance to put it in Vegas where everything else is when it comes to boxing?
I mean, look, I gotta be honest right now. I think Tyson's going back to his family to celebrate Christmas. Deontay's going back to his family to celebrate Christmas. We'll talk about everything else after the new year. The year ended really well for professional boxing. Tonight, it was really a great way to usher out 2018. Two of the best heavyweights in the world, maybe, in my opinion, frankly, they are the two best heavyweights in the world, put on a show tonight. And they both did their thing. Tyson boxed his ass off. Very few heavyweights in the history of boxing can box like that. Deontay Wilder, maybe not having his greatest night ever, still put the guy down twice and almost had him out. Very few guys would have gotten up from that second knockdown. You know, honestly, the judging, there was nothing to complain about, really. I mean, like, the decision was fair. It was a good night across the board. And it was great to see Tyson be the sport he was up here and the sport he was in the ring. And similarly, Deontay Wilder. When those guys embraced in that ring, that was true respect. And it was deserved.
One question for me. Regardless of what happens in early 2019, they fight wherever. Do you think y'all can finally get Joshua here to America?
I don't give a shit about Joshua right now.
Do you think that this was maybe the best possible scenario? If Deontay had knocked out Tyson Fury in a couple rounds, people wouldn't have given him any credit. If Fury had outboxed Wilder to a boring decision, they would have said Wilder, you know, wasn't what people were making him out to be. Do you think that this played out favorably for both guys?
A great fight always plays out favorably. Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder.
Oh, Lord. Man. I want to say thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for waiting on me again. I always have y'all guys waiting. You know, I'll be slow motion back there because, man, when we put our life on the line in the ring, you know, we gotta sit back and thank God that we made it out of the ring. You know, this boxing, man, it's life or death in there at times. At least that's what you feel like. And getting hit in the head is definitely not cool. So when you can get out and go back and see your family is always a blessing. So, you know, we here though. What amazing fight though. What amazing fight. You know, one thing I'm happy about, because I got a lot of questions that I ask myself. You know, but one thing I'm happy about that this fight lived up to the hype. You know, many times we've seen fights being promoted, and they talk a good game. You know, they got the hype going, and then when you get in the fight, it's not as hype as the talking was. But in the fight, it actually was. You know, we did a great I think we both did a great promotion, promoting the fight, and the fight lived up to it. You know. I don't know how he got up, you know, and I don't know why they didn't start the count earlier, you know, but we don't make no mistakes. Well, I mean, we don't make no excuses. I started overthrowing my right hand because I really wanted to get him out of there, you know, and start overshooting. It felt like he had baby oil on him too. He was slippery, you know. But all in all, I had a lot of fun. I had a great time, man. I hope y'all guys did as well, and y'all see me soon. Questions?
Deontay, over here. In the 12th round when you dropped him, you looked as though you were celebrating and you thought the fight was over. Was it hard for you to snap back into fight mode when he got up? Did it feel like your adrenaline was kind of out of your body?
Man, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because I really thought I had him out of there. Because I hit him with the right hand and follow with the left foot. And, you know, everyone knows I got heavy hands and I hit hard. And I literally seen this man eyes rolling in the back of his head. And I seen Jack on the ground with him, you know, checking him. I'm like, it's over, you know. You know, only God knows how he got back up, you know. But, like I said, I had fun, though. I don't make excuses. I enjoy the moment and go back to my family. That's the main thing about it. Like enjoying the moment, displaying my talent amongst the world, what God blessed me with, and then going back to my family, man. That's my happiness.
Deontay, to your right, congratulations on a great performance in there. Do you feel in some ways vindicated with how you fought, you know, for critics of you, and you've had many throughout your career, the fact that you came in and fought against an undefeated champion who had, you know, the claim to the linear heavyweight title, and you did what you did. Do you feel vindicated even though you didn't win the fight?
No, I mean, it was a great fight. You know, I don't want to take that away from the fight. You know, like I said, I got a few questions that I ask myself that's circulating around, you know, with the count, and, you know, I see my man Joe Hanks, they got on him quick. He hit the ground, they started counting, you know what I mean? But Fury was laid out, and it's like they hesitated a little bit or whatever. But like I said, I take that from it, you know. We both going home happy, you know, and that's what it's all about. Two fighters whooping each other ass and being able to hug each other at the end and tell each other we love each other. Although, you know, with the build up to the fight, we just wanted to kill each other, you know what I mean? And that's the magic part about it, being able to go in there and beat each other up and then at the end and say, I love you, bro. You have a great day, I'll see you soon, you know?
Just to follow up too with one other question about tactics, you said that, you know, you were getting overshooting on the right hand. Did you feel like you failed to go to the body enough? Like if you had gone to the body, that might have opened the headshots for you? Yeah,
that was definitely the game plan as well too, to go to the body a little bit more. But I got out of the game plan a little bit because I was trying to get him out of there. And I know when I tried to get a guy out of there, it never happens. It never happened. I know that. That's a lesson I learned a long time ago, and I just resort back to it. I could never, you know, get out of there. I wanted to get him out. I guess it was just the building up to the fight, you know, just wanted to knock him out, you know, for the fans, first pay-per-view. Just, you know, all that stuff take accountable. But like I said, I'm a man of few excuses. You know, I'm very happy with the performance. I'm happy with the outcome, and we live to see another day and do it again for you guys. You know, the fans win. The fan win in this one. You know, this was a hell of a fight to really just determine who's the best in the heavyweight division. And the heavyweight division is just on fire right now. You know, I think this takes it even more farther to the top.
Deontay, quick question. One question for you and one question for Shelly Finkel. Deontay, after 36 minutes against Tyson Fury, you said he was very slippery. Do you think in a rematch it'll be easier to hit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll definitely be more easier for me to hit him because I'll be more patient, you know, and throwing my punches. You know, because when I replay, like when I was in the fight, I'm like, when I'm overshooting myself, I could feel it.
it's like when I was shooting the right hand, it ain't like he was ducking all the way down. It was like right here in the pocket. And I'm like, why am I not hitting? Why I'm overshooting my punches? But like I said, I was too anxious. I wanted to really get him out of there, and I think my emotion got the best of me. You know, I know my emotions got the best of me. Wanted to just really get him out of there, and you know, some of the game plan went out the window, and I resorted to just trying to knock him out.
Shelly, quick question. Shelly, right here.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, he's on the light.
Shelly, quick question. Do you believe that a Wilder Fury rematch takes precedent, and with that, do you believe an Anthony Joshua fight basically gets tabled for 2019, being as realistic as you can be?
At this moment, we don't know what is going to be next. If this other promoter calls tomorrow, like he said, we'll hear. If not, it's fine. I believe the fight right now with Fury is a stronger fight and probably more logical to happen because, look, he still dropped the guy twice.
Oh, you lit right now.
That last round, I was surprised he got up. I ran to the corner as though it was over. And I'm not sure that the other side is still not afraid of him.
Deontay, what was your thinking? I know in press round the scores were all over the map. What were you thinking the scores were as you entered the 12th round? And I think, you know, the thing that happened in the 12th, you wanted to walk in the footsteps of the giants of the heavyweight division. Do you feel like what you accomplished in the 12th round truly makes you feel like you've arrived?
With the score, you know, I was just listening to my team about, you know, if I'm up or down or whatever. So I really wasn't thinking nothing about the score. I was just looking at what was going on in the ring, and I felt with the two knockdowns that put me in the head no matter what, especially the knockdown in the 12th round, because I felt like the fight was very close leading up into the 12th round, but the two knockdowns, I felt like it would have put me over the top, you know. And what was the second question?
Just your legacy. I mean, one of the.
Oh yeah, I definitely think, you know, it puts me amongst them. You know, there's still a lot of work to be done. You know, I'm still building. You know. I think boxing fans and fans in general you know, they hold high expectations for us in these times and days because everybody always dwelling and living in the past, and they can't move on from the past because we can make the future better. We can make the present better right now. We can make it, but it's so much negativity towards it. You know, how a fighter fights and if he fighting this and fighting that. You know. I always blame a lot of things on the people that's heavily involved in boxing. They always criticizing a fighter, you know, for certain things instead of just praising them. Because you get a lot of fans that come into boxing, just like today. There's a lot of fans that, you know, never kept up with boxing until this fight. You know, this fight got bigger and bigger and bigger, and even got bigger in the end. And if you hearing commentators talking crazy or somebody, oh, he ain't never fought nobody, he ain't got, you know, he can't box or whatever, because styles make fights and we all have different styles. And I always say that boxing would be boring if everyone had one-on-one fundamentals of boxing, being able to throw a proper, you know, jab, proper right hand, proper left hook. What would be so special about fighters if everyone was doing that? You know, with styles, that's what makes boxing so unique, make it so special. Because you want to mix this style against this style. And if styles make great fights, why criticize it? You know, I know my style, I know what it is, and it's not going nowhere. You know, and I don't see why, you know, I think, I don't know, man. It's still work, but I think it's in great progress. We're on the right road. And not only just me, but there's a lot of guys, man. The heavyweight division is well alive. And with this fight, it definitely puts it even more at the top, you know.
Deontay over here. Hey, Deontay, congrats on the performance. How did Tyson Fury's boxing ability meet your expectations?
Yeah, he did. We knew Tyson could box, you know, to be a 6'9" guy. We never took that for granted. We always took him serious. We knew he could box. And for me, it was just like I said. I got out of the game plan. I got out of the, you know, just trying to knock him out. And I know when I try to do it and I just let myself go with the flow, just let myself go with what I know, it's gonna be a long fight for me. It's always been, you know, even in the beginning of my career when I'm trying to knock guys out, although I got them, but it was more difficult to do. And tonight, you know, I was just overshooting it to the point where I start hyperextending my right arm, and elbows started hurting and everything. But you know me, I don't quit. I still fight when I got a broken arm. I still fight you when I tear my bicep, 30-degree burns, whatever. You know, I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I got that mentality. My mindset is very strong for that. So you know, I still carried on. I still did what I had to do, and you know, it was a great fight. At the end of the day, it was a great fight. Like I said, we both go home as winners. You know, the fan wins, and like Steven Espinosa, he said that sometimes when you lose, you win, and that was a great quote for him. You know.
You know, you've waited so long for a fight of this magnitude. How did it feel to finally be here? Was it worth the wait?
It was amazing. It was amazing. You know, it's very draining to go 3 months in camp or so, just breaking your body down and trying to build it back up. Because as a fighter, we're never 100% when we get in the ring. We may say we feel good. We may say the count was amazing, but for our body, it's never 100%. You know, when you bring in so many sparring partners all over the world, you know, they bring in their best. They want to show you what they got in camp, you know. And when we bring guys, we bring the best in the world. And when they fight me, they know they gotta be, you know, ready, because I'm bringing it. You know, we don't go light in sparring. You know, we definitely going 100%. And when you having, you know, 3 and 4 guys in there, you know, getting 2 rounds, then they get out, then the fresh one get in there 2 rounds and get out, then the other one getting back in there, then the one you started with going back. And you still the same one, like it's tough. This sport is very tough, you know. But we the only crazy ones that love to do this. We the crazy ones that like to get it hit in the head and get our face bashed in and to do it over and over again. But the weird thing about it is it's like when we ain't fighting, we ready to fight. But then when we fight, we ready for it all to be over. I was ready for this to be over so long ago. And now that it's finally here, it's like a dream come true. Like I was so like the training every day, you sacrificing your family, you sacrificing your body, you sacrificing so much just for one fight. You thinking about one man for several months. That's all in your head. That's all you living. Every day you wake up. You don't want to get up. I don't. You know, I'm a type of person in my daily life. I get up like 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. I love my sleep. You know, I got a very comfortable bed, and it's hard to get up. You know, but, you know, I love the sport.
Deontay, straight man. Heck of a fight tonight. I have 2 questions for you. The first question is, when you were coming out for the 12th round, you were very aggressive throughout the fight, but it seemed to me that you really tried to turn it on in the 12th round. Did you feel like you really needed that round to win the fight? And what was Jay telling you in the fight as far as where you were in the scores?
No, to be honest, I didn't feel I needed that round. We just wanted to as a champion, finish in great fashion. And that's why I was trying to turn it up, you know, because my trainer was telling me, like, all right, let's go, this is champion. You know, we know 11 and 12 is championship rounds. And if I'm sitting back, you can't be too naive to sit back and just really just think you're ahead, you know, at times, because you just never know what the judges is looking at as well, too. So sometimes you just got to, as the champion, you got to be the aggressor. Sometimes you just got to up the pace a little bit or try to do a little bit more, you know, to get you in head of the score or whatever. I didn't think I was down at all, you know, especially after those 2 knockdowns. You know, I thought it sealed the deal.
Well, my other question for you is, there's going to be a lot of talk about a rematch. Obviously, it's been discussed. Tyson said he wanted it. You said in the ring you wanted it. You said here you wanted it. But if you had your choice and it was up to you, and you could pick your next fight, which do you want more? A rematch with Tyson Fury or go around with Anthony Joshua?
I would love to go for the other titles. You know, I've always spoken that there will be one champion, one face, one name. You know, and I always wanted to unify the division. You know, I feel the one who unified the division really bring boxing back, because the heavyweight division is too small to have so many champions. And that's always been my issue, you know, having so many multiples of champions in this division with the small numbers that we have. I feel that it makes the heavyweight division that much more interesting to have one champion, one face, one name, and all the competitors come up and try to fight this one fighter.
Does that mean you're saying Joshua?
I would love to fight Joshua. I've been trying to fight him. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that. That's no secret. But, you know, those guys have other players, and we'll see what happens, you know. But, you know, with that, I'll be satisfied either or, to be honest. You know, me and Fury put on a hell of a performance tonight. And I'd love to go back into a rematch, or I'd love to fight Joshua. So I think I'm in a win-win situation. You know, I know what the fans want, and I'm with the fans as well, too. You know, I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter. This is what I do. So we're going to see what we do next. And you guys will know.
Deontay, one row back. Your team have been very vocal in saying that it's Anthony Joshua avoiding a fight with you. But fighters can also make fights. Can you send him a message? Get it done?
Well, that was, I'm sorry, that is not the point. We have done that before. And there have been several, there are several champions, all of who were here, and each one was asked, if you got a chance to get 50 million to fight, what would you do? Everyone said, where do we sign? So that was already done, and Joshua declined. And that was an offer to make a fight. The offers they made Deontay were to not make a fight. So Deontay will fight anyway. And Deontay knows, and I know, the next time he fights Fury, he would be better. I don't know if Fury can be better. You got to give Fury all the credit in the world getting up in that 12th round. Because it would have been easy to say, I don't need to get up. But he did, and he got up before. I don't think he can be any better. I think you saw the best Fury. You did not see the best Deontay.
Great, last question.
This is for both Deontay and Jay, actually. When it comes down to looking back at the 12 rounds, what do you take away from it, and where have you grown and like lessons you've learned and to build off of?
That's a good question. Can you repeat that again so I can get more time to think? Okay, say the first one. That was a damn good question. You're making me think.
You went all 12 rounds. What do you take away from that to improve on?
I mean, going 12 rounds, you know, it's part of boxing. You just never know if it's going to be the first of the 12. You know, you hope for it to be early because you don't get paid for overtime. At least that's our slogan, you know. But the thing I take from the going 12 rounds is that, you know, the fans won again. You know, they got their money's worth. You know, two heavyweights, you know, battling out against each other, punching hard as we can, dropping, you know, I dropped him twice, and, you know, many times it could have been over. You know, I think that's what it's all about, you know, so, I don't know, like this. And what was the other question?
What did you learn about yourself and where can you grow?
That was a hard question. Well, what I learned about myself that I have the heart. You know, I put my style against anyone. You know, if it's so wild and reckless or whatever, then these guys should be running to face me. You know, they should be running. If I have so many flaws up in my skill level, they should be running and facing me. But because of the heavyweight division is built off of power, ain't nobody running fast enough to come and try to take these belts away from me. You know, me and Fury are two, you know, he got heart. I got heart as well too. And it was just a great fight, you know. Now it's just the time I just want to go home, be amongst my children, kiss them, love on my family, and then just, you know, be around positive energy, you know, at this moment in time.
With that, we'll let you do that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. We'll have a safe night. And don't drink and drive.
You and your brother being on the same card.
I know.
on the same card together.
It's amazing. It's amazing to have my brother on the same card as I try to teach him a lot of things up in his journey. Coming as well too, because he got the decision. He was kind of down about getting the decision, but I said you can't. I mean, this is boxing. You just never know what's going to happen. You learn from that and you just keep going. That's all. As long as you got the win, no matter how you got it, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So, because although I don't, he tried. Of course, he's going to try to resemble me and have the same feeling as I, and have the same mindset. Which I think as he progresses in his career, he's going to have a strong mindset as mine, because he's around me all the time. So, he's all that is soaked in for him. But I just don't want him to get discouraged that if he don't knock a guy out, that it's okay. Because he looks up to me. He sees what I was done in the sport. And he tried to do the same thing. But people's going to make it hard for him. And I don't know how he can deal with pressure at this point in time. So it's going to be challenging for him. And as I'm watching him, I'm going to definitely be observing him and see how he handles the pressure. Because he's coming behind me. Everybody expecting him to be exactly like me. And that could be a lot of pressure on a young fighter coming up, especially in these times. When you have so much people criticize you of like every little thing you do, sometimes it can't make people happy.
Was there anything wrong with your right hand in the middle rounds?
I hyperextended. I was hyperextending.
I saw you slow down that right hand.
I was hyperextending. Man, I kept. I really feel like this dude had like baby oil on it. I was slippery. I hit him, but it'll slip off of him. But if they did something, I don't know if they did or not. But if they did, that's a smart thing to do with a puncher. You know what I mean? That way it won't be that much effective. Then to have baby oil or grease or whatever, it'll slip right on off. Because he was very slippery.
Deontay, how do you feel about going to the UK? Congratulations tonight. How do you feel about going to the UK where you're going to fight in front of 60, 70, 80,000 fans now? Against Fury or Joshua?
I never had a problem coming to the UK. Having 60, 70, 80, even 90, you can have 100,000. I really don't focus on how many people are there, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, no one can fight for me. Those 60, 70, 80, 9,000 people can't fight for me. It's only two people in the ring. That's me and my opponent, When I look at so many people being there, I'm happy for boxing because I'm a part of it. That's the only thing I take from there, because I'm zoned out. When I'm walking amongst the crowd, I'm zoned out. I'm truly zoned out. It don't bother me. So if it happens in the UK, let's go. And I'm gonna travel.
And one other thing, in a boxing sense, was that one of the toughest nights for you tonight?
I made it tough. I made it tough for myself. Really trying to get him out of there, because he was right. His head right there. He don't like he ducked down. He's too big to duck all the way down. I done had many guys that duck all the way down, and I'm overshooting the punch, and I'm like over top of him, you know what I mean? But it was right. All I had to do was be more patient. I had him right there, just like Shelby said. I think we got the best with Tyson Fury, but y'all didn't get the best of me. And in a rematch, it'll be definitely like that.
You woke up the whole crowd with that. They were all ducking. Did you know that would happen?
I mean, yeah. When we was going through it, and they was telling me what was going on and stuff like that, I already knew like it was gonna be an amazing night. And I think that's what it takes to bring the heavyweight division back like that. You know what I mean? Just to have it as an event and not just have the same boring thing. Like I really wanted to get a fan something to see. You paying your hard-earned money to be there, and I really wanted it to be a nice event for some people to go. They can take something from it and say that was amazing event, And I think that was a mission accomplished.
Did you watch the second round yet? And did you count how many seconds?
Man, I seen the dude's eyes was rolling in the back of his head. Like I'm seeing all the different things on the internet and stuff like that. I'm seeing everybody complaining, everybody talking about how long, the count was, or why he didn't immediately start counting, and different things like that. You know what I mean? And this is boxing. You just have to you roll with the punches.
Deontay, what did you make of Fury's power?
I don't know. Like
it really, you know, we all know Fury don't really have too much power with him. You know what I mean? And but he's good. He got a great boxing IQ. You know, he's good at boxing, and that's what he's good at. You know, his power is okay. You know, I done feel harder for the guys up in there.
What is the
Take nothing from him.
him sticking out the tongue?
With your weight, you came in at 212. What was the meaning behind coming in at 212?
My body is different. Unique. I got a high metabolism, and I'm always like my weight is always, you know, jumped up and down all the time. You know, I don't understand it. You know, because I have chefs. You know, we do the eating. Man, what? I'm eating good. It's just my weight. Like when it's time to fight, like my body go in a whole nother state of being. But I don't care about weight. And I think because I don't care about my weight, it don't allow me to apply the extra. You know, doing all the proteins and getting all, because all these guys taking protein, they taking other stuff to look the part. I want to be the part instead of looking for it. Many times throughout my life, I've seen guys, you know, look the part, but when it's time to be the part, they're not it. So, yeah, and I still knock them out. You know what I mean? So that right there eliminate the weight thing right there. You know, I give these smaller guys confidence. You know, look at all these heavyweights trying to lose weight and get, you know, slim down or whatever, because, you know, we always thinking that weight, oh, if he's big than this guy, then he's going to dominate this guy. But I show you guys not just tonight, but I show you each and every time. Everybody outweighs me. All right, I show you each and every time I'm knocking these guys out that weight really doesn't matter.
Deontay, you've had a hell of a week on social media. You've been anointed the leader of the culture. Can you speak to that?
Say that again?
You've been anointed one of the leaders of the culture.
Oh,
Can you speak to that?
I love my people. I love my culture. I love who I am. I love where I'm from. You know what I mean? And when you get a person that's dedicated and love where they're from and love their people, like you get the best. Your emotions start coming out especially when they're done wrong. My question is always, ever since I was young, and I started finding out about racism and stuff like that, I always had the question, what have we done as people so wrong that people hate us? Like, they really hate us, you know? And even when you have money, you still have that feeling when you're walking in the store and you're being watched. And that's not a good feeling. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they can't relate to it. But if you can relate to it, it touches it hurts. It really hurts. You know what I mean? Yeah, it hurts. Have you ever been in the store act like you want? But nowadays, we got lawyers. You come accuse me of something, I'm gonna sue you. You know what I mean? And that's just bottom line.
Well, I say thank you for all of that.
Oh, most definitely.
You know
I'm just a champion that, you know, I don't take shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna speak my piece. And I wish a lot of people that have platforms would do that instead of worrying about if they get an opportunity or worry about if they'll have a job tomorrow or worry about certain things. What's right is right. You know what I mean? Because if we don't express our voice or our opinion, how can things change? If Martin Luther King never expressed his voice over and over again each and every day, tireless and countless of hours, that change that he dreamed of would never have happened. So by me being a champion, having a platform, I'm gonna spread my peace. If you like it, you like it. You don't. But at the end of the day, my family is good.
You're gonna make it loud. You're gonna make it loud.
Most definitely. I'm ready.
What do you think is your biggest takeaway from this fight, in your opinion?
My biggest takeaway from the fight? That it lived up to the hype. The fight lived up to the hype. I don't think it's not one single person that left that fight that was, you know, dissatisfied. Everybody was happy. You know, whether they was going for Fury, whether they was going for me. Everybody left the fight with something to talk about for tomorrow, and that's a plus.
Did you have any questions that you had about yourself or how the fight would go answered tonight?
No, I knew everything I was doing. I knew what I was doing wrong. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. For some reason, I couldn't adjust overshooting it, hyperextending my right hand and stuff like that. You know. I mean, it was a big moment for me. First pay-per-view and everything like that. You know what I mean? People's coming out. It was a different environment in the arena tonight for me. So that was new to me. And, you know, I just wanted to put on a great performance. And that allowed me to do things that I know was wrong, but still try, you know, result back. So, but like, we don't make excuses, man. I'm just happy for what happened. And like I said, we both came out of the ring. We're going back to our family, the one that we love the most. And, you know, the most part for me, what I love so much about this sport is that we can talk we can be in each other's face. We can say harsh things to each other. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we come and showing gentlemanship in the ring, sportsmanship in the ring, telling each other we love each other. So that reminds me of back in the day in the streets when you used to get to fight and they'll dap it out or whatever. Like, all right, I'll get you next time. You know what I mean? And it's always good for me because I really never, wish bad on none of these fighters because I'm a fighter myself and I know how hard it is to do this sport. You don't see people every day trying to do this. This is a lonely sport, and this is how we feed our family. And to be able to have a great show, have a great, promotion, and then the fight live up to the hype, it means everything to me.
What kind of message do you think you sent to Anthony Joshua with that performance?
I don't know. That's going to be up to him to see. We'll see if they want to fight or not.
He's asleep right now, though. He didn't watch the fight.
I heard he was going to be over here.
Fury said there's no way he beats you after he fought you hard.
Something super surprising about Tyson that you weren't expecting, or anything that kind of threw you off?
Nothing surprising. I mean, he ain't the strongest, but he got a little pop on it. You know what I mean? Because when he like to flap it. You know what I mean? And that's about it. You know what I mean? He was a great challenger. He was a unified champion at one point in time, and to do that, you got to have some type of talent. Some sort of skill. It was an honor and pleasure to be able to fight Tyson Fury because how we made this fight, we didn't need these guys. It was solely on me and him, and that right there shows you his character, shows you my character as fighter, and let the world know that it don't take these guys to make a fight. It's because we're the one in the ring, we're the one risking our lives. We don't need permission for nobody. If you really running your team and your team got your best interests in heart, they gonna let you do what you do. I told them, I said, hey, if you really want to fight, let's make it happen. Everybody got on it just like that.
Did you think about the uppercut? Did you think about feinting the right hand to the uppercut?
Yeah.
I was yelling at you the whole fucking fight, man.
Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Thanks, guys.
All right.
That's a blessing. I love what you got on. Did you say anything in English? Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, he went up to like $7,000.
Yeah, it was like
Tired.
Shit, all right. That was your first and last experience with me. Yeah. No. I was on talk to him. So.
Ultimately, Deontay retains the title, and we move forward. And if we want to do a rematch, I would love to do a rematch because I've really enjoyed the entire process here. Yeah, I'm good. I'll go with it.
I'll never forgive you.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We're still chasing Tyson, so stick with us. I'm sorry, we're still chasing Deontay, so stick with us. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Always bringing you guys live events, weigh-ins, press conferences.
So you're done here at Joe's.
So keep that back. Here we go. We're gonna try to get wild as much as we can.
Josh, give it to
Yes, they do it right.
Pretty sure.
which way we going? Which way we going? This way?
Wherever it is,
I had it on Snapchat. You had a regular phone. I had a perfect
He was talking about something, that's why he was talking about something in the middle. Somebody disrespecting him, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you gotta
what's
leave
up?
his, you gotta confront
Come on back
somebody.
out. Let's go. Let's go get some banana pudding.
Yeah, that's
We came to the South. We fed him well.
I'd love to do it. loser. He's got me with this, and everybody's a winner. And somebody come to me and they're like, there's nothing to be ashamed about. What world does that make sense? You know? Yeah, that's like throwing 4 touchdowns and 300 yards and going, oh, there's nothing to be ashamed of. And then the other guys wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? The guys wanted to fight. Two of the best heavyweights in the world. Said, hey,
is that possible?
Want to fight me? Yeah.
Well, unless there's security stuff. But yeah.
Where my comic book?
We're going to get him right now. Just want to go around. So we catch him when he leaves. Yep.
Everyone goes with the A game when they fight me because it's a game. You get hit and be like, get your team eyes on it, that ain't safe. We don't know how we're going to be tomorrow. We don't know how we're going to be next week. We don't know how we're going to be next month. If I go crazy, I was just overthrowing my punches, hyperextending it, and I was really trying to go for the knockout instead of letting the knockout
First fight up.
What's up, baby? T.Y. You enjoyed that fight? Yeah. Let's hold it up together. Let's hold it up together. That's for me? Oh, man, that's cool. You definitely take it. Put him on offense.
There we go.
Let me get a hug. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Snake, you going this way? Yeah, we're going that way. Let's go.
Yo, gotta keep this clear. Gotta keep this clear. Let's go. Let's go.
Go on. Thank you. Radio Raheem. Famous now. Your people too. Radio Raheem with the WBC standstill heavyweight champion of the world. You know, in boxing,
Hey guys, hey listen up.
said that until the
You gotta clear the hallway.
champion defends his
gotta clear the
title
hallway.
and faces adversity, he doesn't really know what it is to be a champion. I'd say tonight, for the first time in your career as a professional boxer, you face true adversity. Does it change how you feel about being a champion? I mean, each and every time I go out there, you know, I feel like a champion. You gotta feel like a champion to be a champion. If you don't feel like a champion, then someone that's hungry coming up, that really want to be a champion is going to take your position because you don't feel you that part in the first place. And with me, you know, I think Ortiz was a lot of answer to myself and a lot of other people as well too, because he was a very skilled fighter. He could be a southpaw as well too. You know, I really had to be very, very cautious with Ortiz, and to overcome what I did in the second round, that proved to me everything that I needed to know about myself. You know, solid. I knew what I could do. I know what I'm capable of, but like you said, until you're proving that, you really don't know until you know.
We knew you had a chin. We've seen you hit before and not stumble, not knock down. So Ortiz definitely is adversity. But was it more difficult to overcome that 7th round, come back for the knockout, or to fight a long fight and have to figure a guy out?
Yeah, it was just, you know, like I always talk about the mindset. You know, how you can be strong as a person. You know, we all go through trials and tribulations in life because that's what life brings us. But if we learn how to have a strong mindset
You know, and I always talk about meditation. That what helps me strengthen my mind to be able to overcome adversity or different anything that comes my way. You know, it helps me out. So with that, with Ortiz, I was coaching myself when I was going through the storm. I was coaching, and when you strengthen your mind and have a strong mindset, all those things are going to happen in life because life is what it is. It's life. You're going to have trials and tribulations. But when you have a strong mindset, you're able to go through anything smoothly.
You talk about the mindset, and inside you talk about being so emotional about wanting to get the knockout, pressing for the knockout. Boxing is mostly mental. Is it possible that is a result of him actually having gotten in your head a little bit with the getting you angry enough to take you outside of your game?
No, not at all. I don't think he got in my head. It was just the intensity of the whole promotion of the fight. You know, it was my time. It's my come out party. People come to see what this heavyweight, who is this heavyweight? You know, he's knocking everybody out. We want to see what's going on. The heavyweight division is popping. We want to see who's the best in the division. And with that being said, I forced myself because I wanted a great performance. I wanted to really get him out of there. You know, the things that he say, it really don't get to me because like when you grow up always hearing people trying to be negative towards you, like it grows on deaf ears. How can you have a reaction to something that you used to have? You know, you just, you know, it's just like when I walk against the crowd.
So let's start. One last question. You talked about having a hyperextension in your right hand. I thought you maybe hurt your right hand because you use it so little. First question, is that something that you need to change, maybe technique-wise? Maybe your style's not changing. That's a technique issue. Does your technique need to change to beat these elite heavyweights without having those kind of issues?
What elite heavyweights are you referring to?
The competition that you're going to have in front of you. You're going to have to rematch this guy. I'm assuming Joshua at some point. You're going to get that fight.
No,
just as an improvement aspect.
I mean, I just need to adjust. You know, I tried to adjust, but just forcing it. I knew what I was doing. I knew what was making me not hit him. But I would say I was being stubborn to myself, not wanting to change it, and really still going and trying to knock him out. Just trying, and I went against the grain. You know what I mean? I didn't really listen. I went against myself. So, you know, these next fights coming up, you know, I'm gonna start listening to it. You know, it was a great moment for me. You know what I mean? Just to be here, be in LA. You know, the last heavyweight to do it was Lennox and Klitschko. It was very exciting for me, you know, to just be here. And I think, you know, most of all, that what really just got me off of my moment. You know, nothing what Tyson said, you know, because at the end of the day, he just promoted the fight. It's like I told people, it's a lot of things that he was untruthful about, but I knew what he was trying to do. He wanted to promote the fight. Me and Fury was talking, you know, all right, let's go, baby. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really have too much bad blood against each other. But, you know, we wanted to make this promotion right. Although we say things, we mean it, we're going to give you a great fight. And as you can see, we didn't hold back on each other. We really tried to give guys the best fight and really tried to hurt each other. But the most of all, what we can do is try to hurt each other and come together and love each other. That's the most important thing. All right, thanks, man.
Thanks very much, man. Radio Raheem with the heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder.
All right, man.
We're back on the show again. I'm going to Tim out like we always do.
Yeah,
that's our tradition.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's make it happen.
Are you going to wake up before 12 this time?
Hey, you never know. Hey, let's walk. Let's walk. We're walking. Go ahead. Yeah, that's right. You gotta walk though. You gotta walk. You gotta walk.
Walk away. Walk away. I'm sorry. I didn't see it.
Who else did you get today?
That's it.
Yeah, they was keeping it tight. Celebs, nope.
Everybody sell very well. Everybody wants to see this thing, you know, brought to a conclusion, a definitive conclusion, and I'm okay to do it wherever. I mean, there's a writer
I wanna take
that
a
I know
picture
that
with you.
owes me a meal or two, and I want to cash in on that. So I don't know what a crumpet is, but I want a crumpet, and some fish and chips, and a spot of tea, whatever that is. But I want to have a spot of tea. And no, we could do it. We could do a scone, whatever a scone is. I'm down with it.
Scone.
Scone.
What do you
But
make?
anyway, yeah, I'm with it wherever it is.
What do you make of Tyson Fury saying that no wonder that Anthony Joshua doesn't want to fight Joshua?
Well,
he get nailed.
I think that two best heavyweights in the world just fought, and I think that they showed why they are what they are, and everybody needs to realize that Deontay is a real fantastic fighter. You don't fight the likes of Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury inside a year if you're not a great fighter willing to fight the best. And Deontay did that. Nobody else can say that. Nobody else can claim Ortiz and Fury as opponents in the same year. That's just unheard of. But he did it.
You prefer the rematch to the Joshua?
I mean, right now I do because it was one of those things where Joshua said he wanted 50 million to fight, so we produced the 50 million, and everybody agreed we produced it. And then he didn't want to fight. So it's very simple to me. It's like, did you or did you not say you wanted it? Yes, he did. It's on video. Did we produce it? Yes, we did. Did you then fight? No, you didn't. So it's very simple to me. Whereas Tyson Fury's like, send the contract. Doesn't have to be near that kind of money. We understand that. I want to fight. I want to do this for my legacy. I'll be over there. I'll come your way. And all this like boom, 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 and it was all done very quickly. So,
what adjustments got to be made to really finish the job?
well, I think Deontay hit the nail on the head. It's just a matter mostly of not being so eager to please, and not being so eager to knock out, and taking your time and setting it up where it comes more naturally. He was just wanting to do so well for so many people. And his first big pay-per-view, and so many media obligations, and all that. It was just a lot. So when it got to the fight, it was boy, he just wanted it so bad that he was pressing, which is just what a guy like Tyson Fury wants you to do. A guy with that skill set wants you to be a little eager and a little anxious because you just walk into all his traps.
What do you think Deontay did to break through and get the two knocked out?
Well, I think once he started kind of figuring him out, once he started maybe figuring Fury out a little bit, he was able to start landing some shots and getting some things done. So I think it just took a little time, and that's why I think the rematch would be. I'm not going to say you really figure out the Rubik's Cube of Tyson Fury, but I think we at least have maybe two sides of the Rubik's Cube figured out, and we can work on the other two sides.
In an ideal world, when would you want to go again? What sort of time frame?
I think Ben said he doesn't want to think about boxing. Ben Davison said he's got to get a little bit of time off. So I think that's going to take us to April, May, June of 19.
So you could go twice next year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Deontay wants to fight, so that's never been the problem with him.
And what do you think of Tyson afterwards? He said, there's no way that Joshua, because he can't move, could get out of the way of the right hand. Is that how you see the fight too?
Yeah, of course I like Deontay in every fight. I love that fight for Deontay. And that's one. I don't know, no fight's easy at this level, but I think it's a great challenge. But I think there's some other problems that Joshua presents, because he's a great boxer as well. So it's just different with Fury has the awkwardness, whereas Joshua has kind of the Olympic pedigree and a lot of power, and so there's just a different set of issues that you have to deal with and overcome. But Deontay's always overcome. And what he did in the 12th round, I'm in awe of what I know. I see him every day. I'm on the gym every day, but just the fact that he did that it just blows my mind. But you gotta, next time you're tireder than you've ever been in your life, and you're hurt and you're broken down, and and then to do that, it just shows how deep he's willing to dig, and it's an amazing thing. He wasn't really breathing hard or anything, but you got to be on point at all points. Both of these guys.
That's how I felt when I tried
right.
grits for the first time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jay.
I hope I can catch the bus.
All right, guys, so that looks like it's it. Any other interviews I get will be up on the YouTube soon. Appreciate you guys watching. Everyone, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. And I always bring you guys live events, weigh-ins, press conferences, media workouts that are kind of random. So subscribe to the channel, hit the alert button, and appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.